Okay, pause the video now and have a go. Otherwise, let's get started. So, 70% as a fraction in its simplest form. So, percent just means put it over 100. A percentage is always a fraction over 100. Now, the first thing I can do is I can divide both top and bottom by 10. That's quite easy on this because I'm just going to remove a 0. So, it's just going to be 7 over 10. Then looking at that, there's nothing more I can do because 7's a prime number and 7 doesn't go into 10. So my answer is going to be 7 over 10. Now the next one, they have a decimal, fraction and percentage. Now the easiest, I would say, to convert these all into, to be able to compare them, is probably a decimal. You might pick a fraction, you might pick a percentage, but generally I find these easier if they're decimals. So question A, well, we don't need to do anything with that. Question B, now you might not know what 3/5 is as a decimal, but if we times top and bottom by 2, then we get 6/10. Now if you remember that column after the units is the 10th column, so that's going to be 0.6 because it's 6/10. Last one, to do a percentage to a decimal is nice and easy because you just divide it by 100. So if it's 23, it's just going to be 0.23. Now be careful with this because sometimes when people convert 7% into a decimal, they write 0.7. The 7% would be 0.07. Okay, now we just do our little columns to make absolutely sure that we get this right. So what we got? So we've got 0.38. We've got 0.6 and we've got 0.23. So if you look in this column here, because all of them start off with 0, so there's no point looking in that column, we can see that 0.23 is the smallest. So it's going to be 23% is the smallest, and you've got to be careful here because you can't write 0.23 because we've done that. The actual question says 23%, so we've got to make sure we write down what the question says. The reason I'm starting off with the smallest is because it asks for ascending order, which just means from smallest to biggest. The next smallest one is the 0.38, which was a decimal to start off with, and the biggest one there is that 3/5, the 3/5.